And one of the epic nights in the NBA. We welcome you to the All-Star Game on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the West All-Stars going up against the East All-Stars. You have to love the collection of talent that'll be on the floor this evening. The best of the best going head-to-head. The East and West both will have a ton of ways to try to gain an advantage here tonight.
Welcome to our coverage of the NBA All-Star Game with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan.
And guys, this really sets up to be an incredible night in terms of excitement. From the coaches to the players, to us here in the booth. I mean, this is such a fantastic event to be a part of.
Guys, it really is the greatest all-star game in all the sports, in my opinion. We have the best players in the NBA at the peak of their powers. I mean, I can't wait to see what this year's game has in store for us.
Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter is David Aldridge. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for the West All-Stars, Russell Westbrook out there with Harden. Then it's Anthony Davis. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Cousins in its center.
And fans and celebrities alike have descended on this town for All-Star Week. There's been a bunch of fun events going on all over the place.
And Greg, it's like that every year. I mean, no matter what city is hosting, it becomes a mecca for everyone who wants to take in one of the greatest scenes in all of sports. Not only to watch the best players, but to be seen by the other stars in the crowd.
Davis gets a wide open look. That doesn't go either for Davis.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first minute. I love this event so much because it combines the world-class ability of these players with the freedom of the playground.
Yep, it's the greatest and certainly the most fun pickup game these players will ever play in.
The East All-Stars shooting their first free throw of the evening. There's a minute 47 left to play in the first quarter. Harden with it. Wade picks him up. Looking to end the run. And James Harden, good for 3. Harden's got his first 3 points of the game.
Took a little time, but they get one to go. Maybe they're warmed up now.
Knocked loose. Stolen by Harden. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. Takes the 3. Hands it from downtown. Harden's got his second basket of the night.
And the first half of his season, boy, how special has it been? He has been on a rampage.
Yeah, and he's got tremendous talent. And when he's fully healthy and engaged, I mean, he's really impossible to stop. That's what we've been seeing this year from him.
It's good. Wade's got 5. Out to the right wing. And stolen by James. Jacks up a 3. Good on the triple.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possessions.
Now, here's Westbrook. Davis sets a screen. 3-pointer. James Harden again from deep. 9 points in the game so far. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. And Wall kicks to Anthony. Shoots from 14. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. We're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
It's LeBron with the drive. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
East All-Stars have shot just 1 free throw earlier. 1 for 1 in the game. Free throw good, LeBron. And both free throws good for LeBron. 17 seconds left to play here in the first. Curry outside. Buries it from 3-point range.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play it.
Outside DeRozan. From deep. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. East All-Stars lead by 2. And a chance to hear from LeBron James. And we welcome you back to the NBA All-Star Game as we get set to begin the second quarter.
And you can see these players now starting to get into a rhythm. Should see a lot better flow to the game here in the second quarter.
That's usually the case. I mean, it takes some time to gel with your teammates at the All-Star game.
And, you know, fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
And the West All-Stars looking at who they've got. We've got Hayward, C.J. McCollum out there with Steph Curry. Then there's Towns, and it's Nowitzki in at the 4 spot. And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That's his first foul. Off the inbound, and that one goes long. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star Game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star Game.
And a wide open look for McCollum. It's good from long range.
And typically a lot of shots go unchallenged in this game every year, especially early on, and that one, no exception.
Nowitzki with the steal. One-on-one here. Poked loose. Stolen by Bosch. And oh, here we go. DeRozan. Nobody back. Basket good.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. And you know the officials not giving their whistles much of a workout here tonight. Very few fouls being called.
And most of that, Greg, is because they're not playing full force defense. I mean, you're never going to see as much contact around the bucket in this game as you would ordinarily.
Curry against Lowry. On the wing, DeRozan. Puts up the baby hook. Lopez, no luck. 1:22 left to play in the first half. To the middle. It's stolen by DeRozan. And Lowry has it in the corner. To the paint. Here's Lopez. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry.
Well, I think, as is always the case, the story of the game tonight won't have a lot to do with defense.
That's the way it always is. I mean, a half-court alley-oop or a spectacular behind-the-back pass, that's exactly what the people want to see in this game.
Bosch against Nowitzki. Right side Lowry. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment. No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going in this quarter.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Curry outside. That's good for his third bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been 3? The defense is just getting up there for 5.
Both teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
7 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's DeRozan. And a miss there on the triple. And no good that time. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. It's the West All-Stars leading by just 1. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. We hope you enjoyed the first half of the All-Star game. Ernie Johnson still here with Shaq and Kenny the Jet, as you might have guessed. An amazing first half of basketball. And it looks like we've got a game on our hands that will cap off this great weekend in style. The East and West both giving the fans everything they could have hoped for. This is shaping up to be an all-star classic.
Obviously, this has been a back-and-forth type of thing, but now you're going to start to see the competitiveness come out of these guys. That's right, and they have to say it real nice and smooth. Competitiveness. A little more defense, not a lot more, but certainly a lot more intensity. And at the end of the day, every guy on that court out there is built to win.
This particular All-Star game has some real energy. Guys aren't just going out there and going through the motions. They're actually digging in and trying to win. This is different. I can't wait for the second half.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K.
And welcome back to the second half of the NBA All-Star Game. Always an exciting night of basketball.
Yeah, and I'm looking for the temperature to start to rise here a little bit in this second half.
Yeah, I'm exactly with you there. I think we'll see a little less showmanship and a little more intensity from here on out.
So here's Westbrook. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Andre Drummond is out there with Anthony. Then there's Dwayne Wade. Then it's LeBron James. And it's Wall in at the 1. So that's the 5 in the game for the East All-Stars. Here's Wall. Launches it. Connects from three-point range. Wall's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the East All-Stars. Wall's gone 1 of 2, shooting from 3. And Harden wide open. He shoots. Good. Nice assist from Westbrook. Harden's got the lead up to 1 now for the West All-Stars. Wall against Westbrook. Westbrook with the steal. Pushing it up. And the dunk by Westbrook.
How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
We've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Wall, no luck.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Leonard attacking. It's Drummond with the rebound.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
Westbrook passes to Cousins. From the top of the key, he buries it. Now it's a 5-point West All-Star lead.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
It's tipped. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Westbrook. And the East with some changes. Millsap comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And it's Jimmy Butler coming in for Dwayne Wade. Drummond a screen. Wall wide open. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Leonard dishes to Cousins. Tipped away. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That is his first foul of the game. .106 left in the third quarter. Here's Davis. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. From deep, James drills the three-pointer. LeBron's got 10.
Defender there in the neighborhood, but not quite close enough. Good shot.
Davis kicks to Westbrook. That's in there. Davis with the assist.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Drummond sets the screen for Wall. Again, the miss by Wall. Here's West now. 4-point game. Cousins, the pass to Davis. And stolen by Drummond. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. James kicks to Wall. Down low. Here's Millsap. Outside Butler. Second shot opportunity. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
Harden, no good. Wall. That shot off the mark. The third quarter comes to a close. West All-Stars lead by 4. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. Welcome, everyone, back to our coverage of the NBA All-Star Game. A great night of basketball here on 2K Sports.
And we're seeing some world-class basketball being played here tonight.
That's exactly what you'd expect coming from the absolute greatest players on the planet.
On the court for the West All-Stars, getting the fourth quarter going. Kawhi Leonard is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Curry. And it's Davis in at the small forward position.
Key buckets, and we know he delivers down the stretch.
Yes, he does, and they need nothing less from him tonight. Another clutch performance is exactly what they're hoping for.
Here's Curry with the three. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
That one goes. Count it.
And teammate to teammate on the assist that time.
Well, the communication between them, that's what we see every game during the regular season, and it's on display here in the All-Star week as well.
1:58 left in the fourth quarter. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Now just a 1-point West All-Star lead. Anthony's gone 3 for 5 from the field. Curry dishes to Cousins. Back to Curry. From deep three-point range, it's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got his 5th rebound in this one. The wide open look here for DeRozan. DeRozan can't get that one to fall. DeRozan's gone 2 of 5 from the floor. Deep. East grabs the miss. Drummond's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Left side, DeRozan, and the foul called on Anthony Davis. That's foul number 2 for him. The East making a switch. James is checked in. The West All-Stars also with the sub. Harden's checked in. James wide open and no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Here's Curry with the 3. Again, Curry missing. He's with the ball. They played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points.
Clutch shot right there. That could be the difference maker.
Indeed, it might be a big, huge moment in this game right there.
From deep, Harden laces one from 3.
Man, they're getting a fantastic effort from James Harden.
Timeout called, East All-Stars. They're trailing by 2. There's 53 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. John Wall's checked in for Kyle Lowry. Russell Westbrook's checked in for the West. There's 53 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Davis, the pass to Harden. Here's the 3, and Russell Westbrook good for 3.
And this This fourth quarter has been tremendous. They have been exceptional from deep.
Yeah, a bunch of their points coming from long range here. A major barrage. You got to...
Here's Wade. Unable to get that one. Now the West All-Stars the other way. And they go to the intentional foul. And so here are the West All-Stars. Here's Harden. Harden missing again. Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
You got to play mistake-free.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game.
Exactly. You got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
And he ends up making the second, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Timeout called, East All-Stars. They're trailing by 4. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
You know what? It isn't over yet. A quick score and a foul?
And perhaps a few missed free throws, and they're right back in it. So it all has to happen fast, but it could happen.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there.
He gets them to within one possession, but that miss puts a lot of pressure on their defense.
Quit on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
And thanks to his good work at the line there, now we have a 2-possession ball game.
LeBron, that's a 2-pointer. Misses off the right iron.
Ill-advised shot there.
Yeah, exactly. That was lower than low percentage.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 7-point game. Wade misses. So it's the West All-Stars picking up the win.
And it's impossible to know what's going to happen in these games. The talent on both sides is always so strong. But tonight, the West seemed a little more comfortable playing together as a unit, and that's what earned them the win.
You mentioned that all broadcast long, and sure enough, it came to fruition. That brings us to the conclusion of our all-star coverage. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan wishing you all a very good night.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Welcome back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith, and the All-Star Game action now in the books. So let's take a look back at some of the footage from our All-Star Game MVP. James Harden. Shaq, what'd you think?
Well, he had fun out there. He also didn't shy away from putting on that flash and pizzazz to make the highlights. I thought he gave the fans a gutsy performance. All the celebrities stopped looking at me and started waving at him. He had a couple of good candidates, but he deserved it.
Well, James Harden is impossible to keep in check on a night like this. And as a scorer and a playmaker, hardly anyone could compare to him. He's a special player with a special talent.
And that's going to do it for this year's All-Star Game. Oh, what a night it's been. Some splendid talent on display. And that doesn't even include Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
Appreciate that.
And our award-winning 2K Sports crew. For all of them, this is Ernie Johnson. We will see you again sooner than you'd like.